Testing 1, 2. Good evening, everybody. Are we having fun yet? Yay! That's what I like to hear. I'm Joy Bennett. I'm the executive director of Old Songs, and I'm thrilled. Thank you. Yeah, I don't use that usually. I'm thrilled to see all of you here. We'll talk more at the intermission. As the performers come up the stairs, I will just say a couple of things. This is the first of our winter-spring series. We have quite a series that are going to be happening from now until mid-May, and there may even be a surprise that's not even on the schedule, but I'm not going to tell you anything till it's set. Ooh. So there's a postcard that lists all of the things that are happening in the spring. When you're going out, feel free to take one of those postcards and see what the wonderful concerts are, because we want to fill the house every single time. Vamp till ready. I believe this is the first stop of this tour for House of Hamill, so they have lots of energy. Like they have every time. They're there? Oh, I don't see a thing. Yeah, that's true, and for those of you who don't know, it's Rose's birthday today. So we could start with, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Rose, happy birthday to you. You're turning a proper shade of red. It's good. It's good. We're good at that.
I'm hard to embarrass. It's good.
And now, House of Hamill.
Someone put a bunch of cheesecake over here. Oh my God. You're so lucky. That is the prime spot, man. Well, thank you guys. Welcome to Old Songs. We are stoked to be here, and thanks for singing to me. I read on the drive here. It was a long drive today. Brian and I live in the Lehigh Valley outside of Bethlehem, PA. All the traffic, all the fun. But on the way here, I saw something that was tragic on Instagram. I should have not gone on there. But it said, according to the American Psychological Association, 35 is considered middle age. So here I am.
Middle of adulthood.
Huh?
Middle adulthood, I think.
Middle, yeah, well, it said middle age, yeah. So here we are. Thank you.
Welcome.
I feel wiser already.
Welcome. The water's warm.
Yeah. But no, we're stoked to be here. We've been looking forward to this one for a while. So thank you guys for joining us on Valentine's Day. And how many of you have seen us before? Oh, a bunch of you. Okay, sweet. Well, welcome, and welcome to new people.
Not along with our stories and jokes then, because we haven't come up with any new ones yet.
Yeah. It's the same people, yeah.
We're going to play a song that's on our last album. We released an album back in August called Wildfire, but this is on the previous record, which was called Folk Hero. And it's a true story about a bully from the town of Skidmore, Missouri. You may have heard this story. The guy's name was Ken Rex McElroy. And he had a reign of terror in this town that lasted more than 3 decades. And after 30 years, when the townspeople and the people in this county had come to the conclusion that law enforcement was too intimidated and wasn't going to do anything to help them, they took care of Ken Rex McElroy their own special Missouri way. And the amazing thing about this song, about the story rather, is it's not the vigilante justice aspect entirely. It's what's amazing is that Ken Rex was ultimately shot by at least 2 people in front of at least 40 eyewitnesses 40 years ago. And the case... Yeah, you know what? It's funny you should say that. The case is still open because the whole county has kept the secret. But we just told this story at a show in Florida, and someone there told us an almost identical story about a guy in Florida, and the same thing had happened. So be nice to your neighbors, I think is... We're learning the amazing things that a community can do when it comes together in solidarity to overcome adversity, right? True story. This is called The Bully of Skidmore Town.
Blood in the water.
a tight-knit town. 40 years of quiet presence on the minds. 40 people saw, but not a single shooter named. No one sheds a tear today, pull it down.
Oh, broken bones and blackened eyes. Oh, broken promises and lies. Oh, for the goodness of their town.
They found a scapegoat for me, and they
Bring him down in broad daylight. So cold, so still. Not one soul is talking, and they never will.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Chris, I might just take a little more vocal here, if that's okay. Thank you. So we're going to do one from our new album, and this is the first one that we released as a single, like, I think 2 or 3 years ago. No, I don't know what year it is. I don't know what's
Time is a
happening.
closed loop.
It's
It's an
freaking me out.
Ouroboros. I don't know.
Yeah, but this was our women's empowerment song, and I think it's needed more than ever. But yeah, this is a song that we wrote, and it's called Shine.
A song about a childless cat lady. We had no idea.
Jeez. Ahead of our time, guys. It's great.
One, two, one, two.
On a Sunday, with flowers in her hand, they're all looking through her as if she isn't there.
So Florida was kind of an interesting trip. We were down there for, I think, about 9 days. It's kind of become an annual thing that we escape the winter.
Welcome
people
to middle
do.
age.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't mad about it. And normally, I'm not going to lie, like, Florida's not my favorite state to visit. But in the winter, big fan. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were down there for about 9 days. And our very first show, they were experiencing like a cold snap. And the very first day was our only outdoor show. And it was the last day of the cold snap. So we were playing outside. It was like, I think it was like 48, 49 degrees or something. It was, I mean, up here, that's hilarious. But down there, people were like freaking out. Like they were freaking out.
Rose's poor parents, who are probably watching on the live stream right now, they went all the way to Florida because they're like, oh, it's a night, you'll get to go see them and play a nice outdoor show on a nice warm day in Florida, just freezing on a bench.
Freezing, yeah. It was really, really cold. And unfortunately, it was actually a Renaissance fair, and they do these like weekly concerts. And so I think it was I think we were the first concert of the series, and they were at a new site, and like, I guess halfway into our second song, the power shut down on the stage. And so
didn't come back.
Didn't come back. It was so cold, and so we're just like freezing, shaking, and like playing, and then we decided to play acoustically for like an hour. So that was interesting. But the best part is that we got to meet up with Caroline's grandma, who is a Southern gem. She is hilarious in every way. And Caroline has been doing all of this like Ancestry.com stuff, like trying to find, all of her relatives. Tell them about the V's. Tell them.
Oh, well, so my granny, her dad's name was Virgil. And she had told me this a long time ago, and I didn't believe her because you can only believe about half of what she says. And I mean that with love. She exaggerates a lot for the sake of a good story, Mm-hmm. And so when she told me that her father was one of 12 children who all were named starting with a V, I thought that was at least, like maybe there were 4 of them, right?
Was there a Valentine?
No. No. So there were 12 children. I found them all on Ancestry.com. And it starts out normal. There's Virgil, Vernon, Vera, and whatever else you can think of. But then at the end, not Valentine, but at the end, there's Varsnip, the last child. And my granny doesn't know anything about this. She doesn't remember this name. And so I'm just trying to figure out how that came about, like if there was actually a 12th child, or if they actually just like the census people came by and they wanted like one more tax write-off. So they just like put a parsnip in a blanket and were like, this is Varsnip, I guess. So I don't know. It's a mystery, but I like it.
I love it.
Obsessed with Varsnip, honestly.
Varsnip.
Yeah.
Another of Caroline's relatives is her great uncle Rico, who played the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Rico, sorry. I say Rico. Rico.
Yeah.
Rico,
I think both are correct.
Only the underwater scenes.
Yeah. He just passed away a year ago, or a year or two ago, yeah.
Oh, way to bring it down. All right. Well, appropriately enough, I guess. This is a song that... So we're not morbid people, we swear. Everything that we do...
Yes, we are.
All of our songs are about death. Or the people in them die. If there's anybody who we introduce you to, a new character who you're forming an emotional bond with, just prepare yourself for loss, because they're not going to make it. This is a song we did not write, which almost makes it worse because it means we chose it. But it's a song that we discovered. It's a song written by Jimmy Webb, who you might know from such songs as Wichita Lineman, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, MacArthur Park, so many great songs. Rose found a version of Glenn Campbell performing this song just by himself with an acoustic guitar, and it was so amazing we just fell in love with it. Chased down every version, and came to discover that the song, although it was first made popular by Glenn Campbell, it was later taken to #1 by a supergroup made up of Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and who did I not say? Yes, thank you. And the band was called... Excellent. Not one person yelled the Traveling Wilburys. That's good.
It's also a good band.
Yeah. So this is closer to the Glenn Campbell version, but this is our version of Jimmy Webb's song, The Highwayman. was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride, with sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade, and many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung in the spring of 25, but I am still alive. I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide, and with the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn to Mexico. I went aloft to furl the mainsail in a blow, and when the yards broke off they said that I got killed, but I am living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide, at a place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around. I guess I'll always be around and around and around and around. Ooh. I'll fly a starship across the universe divide, and when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can, or perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain, and I'll be back again and again and again and again. Thank you so much.
Brian. We had someone come up to us after our show recently and said, I really love how you guys do the Highwayman. It just, you guys really do it differently and slower, and it really just sounds like a dirge. I was like, is that ever a positive thing? Ever, that it's a dirge?
I think that's what composers wrote for funerals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
400 years ago, right? That's technically where it came from.
Oh.
It's a funny thing. We played one of our first non-Hamill gigs in forever just this last week, and it was a funeral. Rose and I went and played at a funeral. And when we were setting up for it, she forgot the word reception for after a funeral, and she referred to it to the guy who was booking it as the funeral after party.
Yeah. I should have asked about VIP status. I was like,
Yeah.
where are the VIPs
Where's the
go
after party
for the
at? Do
funeral
I need
after
a
party?
wristband or? Yeah.
Man, I'm middle-aged now. My brain is just fried. Yeah. Well, this is a song we did write, and no one makes it to the end of this song, so we are morbid people. But this is one we wrote for the Brandywine River in Pennsylvania, in Chester County. And we found all of this creepy folklore surrounding these two abandoned tunnels and where the water runs through. And so I think some of it is made up probably by very, bored teenagers, but some of it is true. They did find a body there at one point. So anyway, this is our song. It's called Banks of the Brandywine.
1, 2, 3. There's an echo underground, there's an echo underground, there's an echo and it sounds so hollow, hollow. An echo underground, there's an echo underground, and the ink black dark by the banks of the river. Of a hickory tree. Red suitcase on the cold ground, and dirty Jane Doe from another small town. Lay down on the banks of the river. Underground, there's an echo underground, there's an echo and it sounds so hollow, hollow. An echo underground, there's an echo underground, and the ink black dark by the banks of the river. Look in the eye, come you look in the eye, come you look in the eye, so hollow, hollow. The passing of the light, we can sing it through the night, and the ink black dark by the banks of the river. Immigrant boy with a pretty young wife, trying to get your ride to losing your life. Come and hang it right to us, running the wheels of the coal train of the love song. Home, home, I need another stone. Grab your bag and run away, run away. All of the ghosts of the line have gone away. You're better off gone away anyway. One way ticket home. Grab a bag and run away, run away. All of the ghosts of the line have gone away. You're better off run away anyway. One way ticket home. Around here it's understood. Hide a wedlock and you're out for good. Swinging in the air while the rope's so strong. A baby cried loud, but he didn't cry long. No more tears out of the banks of the river. Echo underground, there's an echo underground, there's an echo and it sounds so hollow, hollow. An echo underground, there's an echo underground, and the ink black dark by the banks of the river. Look in the eye, come you look in the eye, come you look in the eye, so hollow, hollow. With the passing of a light, you can take it through the night, and the ink black dark by the banks of the Brandywine.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
It's really buzzy.
Oh, okay.
Well, this song's a bit of a loophole. Nobody dies in this song.
Yeah, that's true.
The main character starts the song dead already, so it's kind of
Yeah.
technically
Yeah.
nobody dies in the text of the song.
Yeah.
But it's a song about a woman. She's been dead for a year and a day, which is a very common theme in some of these old ballads. I guess they were sort of a prescribed period of mourning that was a year and one day, and after that you were just carrying on, I guess. And so her lover, who has been completely destroyed by her passing away, has been just weeping on her grave for the entirety of these 12 months and a day. And finally, on 12 months and day 2, she calls up to him and she says, "You're really sweet, but I really wish you'd just go away." Like, it's not that she doesn't appreciate the sentiment, but she's trying to sleep, and, he's kind of making a lot of noise up there, and it's really, after a while, it gets a little bit pathetic. So she says to him, listen, well, first he calls back down, and he's like, listen, I just miss you so much. If you would just give me one final kiss, then I'll go away and leave you alone forever. And she calls back up, and she says, I'm not sure what it is that you're picturing is in this grave down here, but I promise you, you do not want to kiss me. In fact, if you did kiss me, you would probably join me here in the dirt. And so she says, listen, go away, live your life, go have a wonderful life elsewhere, anywhere else really, and eventually you're going to join me here underground anyway, and then we can be together forever. So that's kind of...
It's a Valentine's song.
Yeah.
It's a Valentine's Day song. And on Easter, it's an Easter song. It's just...
Right, yeah.
It's really a universal song of love and zombies and...
the zombie love song, yeah, that's right.
Also, shout out to Francis James Child over here. I'm a big child ballad fan and buff, and I believe this is a child ballad song, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is called The Unquiet Grave.
Well, we know it's a child ballad because Rose went looking for child ballads to inspire songs.
Oh, right. That's
and she found out that of the 300 and something child ballads, the woman didn't have something horrible happen to her in 4 of them.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low.
So we went through those 4, and then she was kind of looking for another one. So she found this one, and the woman was dead already, so we considered it a loophole.
Yeah.
So,
Can I make a confession? For like my first year in this band, I thought child ballads were just, they kept talking about them, and I thought they were talking about nursery rhymes. And I was like, these are some really messed up nursery rhymes.
well, the nursery
Grimm's
rhymes,
fairy tales,
the
man.
nursery rhymes are pretty messed up to begin with,
anyway.
honestly. This is The Unquiet Grave. Small drops of rain. Never have I had but one true love, and in cold, cold clay she is laid. For 12 months and a day I lay lost on a grave. Then a voice called to me from the deep, who sits day and night all alone on my grave, whose tears pull me out of my sleep. One long year and one final day, your chance fed the flowers on my grave. Many years from now you'll lie here again, so live a life of love and be free. Tis I, your one truest love. I lie here alone upon your grave, for I crave a final kiss from your ruby red lips, that my tender young heart might be saved. You ask for one kiss from my clay cold lips to soothe all your longing and hurt, but a single kiss from my clay cold lips, and you join me down here in the dirt. Oh, one long year and one final day, your chance spread the flowers on my grave. Many years from now you'll lie here again, so live a life of love and be free. See down below in the garden so green, there beneath the young willows we'd walk. The most beautiful flower we admired in our time is now withered right down to the stalk. Oh, the flower is withered and dead by love, and so will our two hearts decay. So free yourself now from the grave, my love, until death comes to call you away.
years from now, you'll lie here again. So live a life of love for one long year and one final day. Your tears spread the flowers here upon my grave. Oh, so many years from now, you'll lie here again. So live a life of love and be free. Live a life of love and be free. Thank you. So one thing we'd like to quickly mention before, we're going to play one more song, take a very short intermission, during which time our identical twins will all be right over here helping sell the CDs for us.
But the cheesecake is over there.
But the cheesecake is over there. That's
tragic
true.
for us. Yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
Well, Caroline's closer to cheesecake, we're closer to merch. Anyways, also on this table over here, you're going to notice we have a few flyers. We're taking a couple of trips to Ireland in the next year or so. We've done this a couple of times in the past where we fill a coach bus with as many people as we can cram on board, and we all fly over to Ireland, and then we just spend a week seeing the sights, playing in the sessions in the pubs, playing some shows, trying not to fall over any cliffs, all that kind of stuff. The trip, the next trip we're doing is in October. That one is sold out. And then we have another trip in April of 2026, so just over a year from now. And there's still a handful of spots available if you're interested. That trip is going to the north as well, which we've never done before. We're going to Belfast for a couple of nights. And then we're walking the city wall of Derry. This is going to sound weird, but it's the coolest thing I ever did in Ireland. You meet up with a tour guide, and it's this guy. He's a Chinese Buddhist professor of the Irish language. And he takes you, he grew up between Galway and Belfast, between Galway and Derry, and he takes you on a walking tour of the walls, and he tells you the story of the Troubles through the eyes of somebody who's a very thoughtful and very intelligent person and who grew up through it all. It's really incredible. Anyways, that's one of the things we're doing. We're spending 2 nights in a castle outside of Donegal. We're going to be in Galway for a couple of nights. We're going to the Slieve Cliffs and the Giant's Causeway, and what am I forgetting? All kinds of stuff. Anyways, if this sounds like fun, if you've always wanted to go to Ireland with a real legitimate Irish folk bluegrass trio from Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Toronto, then you have a very specific bucket list, and we are the trip for you. We have the flyers over here. You can grab one, or you can just scan the QR code like a COVID menu and learn everything you need to know about the trip. We'd love to have you guys along. And we actually may even be adding a third trip on, which we'll be announcing soon. So all the trips to Ireland. Anyways, wonderful segue. This song is by an Englishman, an English guy named Ed Pickford, and it's a song about coal miners, and it is called Pound a Week Rise.
1, 2, 3.
Scotland to South Wales, from Teesdale to Tyne, I'll sing a song of a pound a week rise, and the men who are fooled by the government's lies. It's time to go down below, Jack, when you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. In 1960, just a few years ago, the mine workers leaders to Lord Robins did go, saying we work very hard every day, we risk our lives, and we ask you here and now for a pound a week rise. It's time to go down below, Jack, when you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. Lord Romans, and he made his decree. week right. They worked hard and well, with lungs full of coal dust in the bosom of hell. The output rose by 16, 18% and more. But when 2 years had come and gone, it rose above a score. And the miners they went, they got their hard-won prize to ask Lord Robbins for his pound a week rise. Robbins would give a pound, he wouldn't give down Bob. He gave 7 and 6 and he said, get back to your job. So come on, you coins, take heed what I say. Oh, and don't believe a cold board when they say you'll get fair pay. 'Cause they'll tell you to work hard just to make the output rise. You'll get pie in the sky instead of a 1 pound rise. And it's down you go, down below, Jack. When never see the sky, no working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. And it's down you go, down below, Jack. When never see the sky, no working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise.
Thank you guys so
Thanks,
much.
guys.
We'll be hanging out right over here. I'd love to meet you guys. Thank you so much.
When we passed the exit for all the Troy, I was like, just had lunch in Troy. And with our other bands, we'll be back at Revolution Hall. Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. You may have. Oh, really? Like Highland? Oh, wow. I,
Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Did you ever see a wild goose sailing o'er the ocean? Ranzo, Ranzo, hey, hey. It's just like them pretty girls when they gets the notion. Ranzo, Ranzo, way, hey. The other morning I was walking by the river. Ranzo, Ranzo, way, hey. I saw a young girl walking with her topsails all a-quiver. Ranzo, Ranzo, way, hey. And that's all you get. So, thanks. So that's just a little taste of maybe some of the songs you'll hear in 2 weeks when Sean Dagger is here. Sean, some of you who may be Assassin's Creed video game players, Sean did the music for that. He did the shanty of the week during the pandemic. Every week he did a new shanty. Told you all about him. And then he's also in a little group called Sky Consort. Some of you may have heard of them. They're amazing. And they'll be along here at some point. But Sean's coming by himself next week, plays the bouzouki, great singer, not next week, sorry, 2 weeks from tonight. And so he'll be here. So that's just a little bit of, the kind of thing that he'll start to do. Also coming up, when you're on your way out, these are hot off the presses, okay? It is the rest of the season for concerts. The Make Your Own Music is on the back. If you want to learn an instrument, there are instrument classes here. There are so many things you can do here. There are jams, old-time jams. We have a new thing this year. We have a Hammer Dulcimer Day where Dan Duggan, who's an award-winning Hammer Dulcimer player and an amazing teacher, will do a day. Morning is beginner, and he's bringing hammer dulcimers with him if you want to learn how to play, and the afternoon is more advanced. So that's one of the things coming up. Spring into Uke is a day of ukulele. And all of that information is on this card. But you know what else is on this card? The festival, June 27th to 29th. And there is a list of most of the performers that are going to be there on here, and I won't bore you with all the wonderful, wonderful people like Martin and Eliza Carthy. But please take one of these on the way out, put it on your fridge, take extras for friends, and come to the concerts. Is there anyone here that has never been here before? Well, welcome. We hope you will return. The other quick thing, parking. There is one parking area that most people did not utilize tonight, and it's the Pretty All Right Breakfast Club. It looks like a diner. It's near the train tracks, so if all else fails, there is parking there. So we're trying to, the lot that used to be the hardware store, the town is actually buying that and turning it into parking, so that's another good thing. So there'll be much more parking as time goes on. I think that's all I have to say, except without further ado, House of Hamill.
All right, welcome back, guys. I never thought someone would name drop Assassin's Creed at Old Songs. That blew my mind. It's like, I've played that game. What? All right, well, we're going to kick it off with a Scottish song for all of you Scots out there, or any guys out there named Scott. We have any Scots in the crowd? This is for you, man. But yeah, this is a very old song that we sped up because we drink way too much espresso. So this is called Johnny Cope.
he'll come to the goals in the morning. When Charlie looked his letter funny to his sword, the scabbard from his hand followed me. My brave young man, he will meet Johnny Cope in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to go to the coals in the morning. Gotta be as good as your word and meet me here with siren soul. And don't you run like a frightened bird that flies to its nest in the morning. When Johnny Cope, he heard of this, he thought it wouldn't be a mess to have his horse in readiness to fly away in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to go to the coals in the morning. Johnny, get up and run. The drums of war beat such a sound. It's best to wake in your own horse skin. It'll be a bloody morning. When Johnny called to John came, they called to him, where's all your men? The devil take me if I know, or I'd get them all in the morning. Johnny Cope, are you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to go to the coals in the morning. Hey Johnny Cope, are you walking yet? Or are your drums a beating yet? If you were walking, I would wait to the goals in the morning. Rose on the fiddle.
Some of you may have heard this story before, but that last tune that I just ended with is called The Golden Stud, and it was written by a guy named Morris Lennon. And I'll never forget this guy's name because I guess it was maybe 7 years ago now, we played this Irish music conference in Wisconsin, of all places. And basically you're just going and you're like showcasing for all of the Irish and Scottish festivals in the U.S. And so this is like, I think Caroline's, was it our second time ever meeting you, that Irish conference?
I wasn't listening. What?
Oh my God. When you've been a band for this long now, you just tune me out, man. I get it.
Trying to figure out what
She was
instrument to play
literally
on this
tuning you out. She was.
Yeah, the Milwaukee. Yes, yes.
Get out. Just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Anyway, I think it was the second time that we had ever met Caroline. Anyway, so this was like back in like 2019 or something. So we had 3 songs that you could showcase. You get a 15-minute slot where you get to like showcase your best stuff. And so we were going to end with the song from our last set, Pound a Week Rise. Brian forgot his capo, as you do.
It's just chaos. You're like running up there. You have 15 minutes for like the changeover and to play your 3 songs. We get on, we play the first 2, and then we introduce Pound a Week Rise. And I look down, I'm supposed to have a capo on the 5th fret. It's like, I am not going to be able to transpose this on the fly. So
to be fair, you do have one job. But but anyway, so we changed to this song, Johnny Cope, the one we just did. And we ended with that. We got off stage, and this older gentleman comes up to me. He's like, oh, great set. He was super sweet. And we were just talking for a minute, and he's like, that last tune that you did, do you know who wrote that? I was like, oh, God, no, I don't. I'm sorry. It might be traditional. And he just looked at me and he went, I did. I was like, oh, shit. Anyway, I would have done the same thing. The guy's name was Morris Lennon.
and we have never forgotten it. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Great tune writer. So it was pretty cool. Well, the 3 of us are also in another band, which is Brian's original band, which is called Enter the Haggis, and they've been around for quite a long time. And Caroline and I also play in this band now, as of the last couple years. And so the band is going to be doing its final tour this month into next month, ending March 16th.
Yep. Our last 2 shows, possibly ever, are in Troy, New York.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, yeah. So,
But they're both sold out. So if you do want to come to a show, we're also playing in Syracuse.
a little farther, but yeah.
A little farther.
So anyway, the last big St. Patrick's Day tour that we did last year was a little bit stressful because there's 2 singers in that band. It's Brian and another guy, Trevor. And Trevor had to pull out of the entire tour pretty last minute because his son was having some medical issues. And so he pulled out of the tour, and Brian basically had to sing all of the songs for 3 weeks straight, which was a lot.
Really brought home to me how many of the songs I'd heard Trevor singing for 20 years I really did not know the words to or what they were about.
No, I just tune them out.
Yeah, just tune them right out, yeah. So I had to learn the words to a lot of the songs, including this next one, and we enjoyed playing it so much that we have kept playing it. So. And it's kind of appropriate for an upcoming final tour. This is called Cameos. 1, 2, 1.
Northwest window sill, looking straight ahead. I feel a bit too far for comfort. Won't you take my hand? And I hope this is only the end of the show, and we all get leading roles. The doors we close behind us, they never hearts and brains are a river of change, and many miles down the road, on a night that's dark and stormy, we'll be soared to the sky in a violent flash of light. It's time to go. The story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time to go. The story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time to go. The story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time to go. The doors we close behind, they never locked, you know it's drafty. Hands, hearts, and brains are irreparably changed, and many miles down the road, on a night that's dark and stormy, we'll be soared to the sky in a violent flash of light, and our Lord we will swing on the line. Yeah, we'll swing on the line.
Story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time.
Yeah, we'll swing on the line.
Story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time.
Yeah, we'll swing on the line.
Story told, the credits roll, the lights are up. It's time.
Yeah, we'll swing on the
Story told, the
line.
credits roll, the lights are up. It's time to go.
Thank you, Caroline on mandolin, or Carolyn on mandolin. I'm not sure which way you prefer it. Well, here's another song we wish we wrote. Caroline also on the foot tambourine, by the way.
The most expensive instrument that is on the stage, I think. Do you think?
What was the show?
Top dollar.
Where was the show where you forgot to take the foot tambourine
Oh, I
off?
think that was Shaw and Lou, wasn't it?
Well, there was also that Unitarian church in Ithaca.
Oh.
Very quiet place, very church-like.
Yeah.
And there was a piano there, and that little mandolin bit is usually played on the piano where you can really hear it. And so I was like, oh, there's a piano. I'll just run over to the piano in this very quiet church wearing this foot tambourine.
So we come down to like the quiet middle part, it's like ching, ching, ching.
And then you use the pedal on the piano, and that was my right foot and the right foot. So, when you don't pedal with the beat on the piano, you pedal like right before the beat
Yeah.
to catch the sound. Really bad,
Yeah.
really bad.
No, it was great.
No, it was good. It's good. Yeah. It's great.
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, awaiting a word, gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit. He runs, wishing he could fly, only to trip at the sound of goodbye. Wordlessly watching, he waits by the window and wonders at the empty place inside. Heartlessly helping himself to her bad dreams, he worries, did he hear a goodbye? Or even hello? They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other. Stand by the stairway, you'll see something certain to tell you
are three together. They are for each other.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Tune? Thank you. We wrote that. No, that's just one of, I think, our favorite songs. It's just one of the, in our opinion, one of the best songs ever written. So
The best song on the Assassin's Creed soundtrack.
easily. Oh, easily. Yeah. Well, this next one we did right, and this is one of our newer ones. And this one came about on our last Ireland trip, I think. We were on the coach bus, and basically when you're on the coach bus, your coach bus driver is also kind of your tour guide, and he's kind of like showing you different sites or where interesting things happen as you drive by. And so we drove by these old castle ruins. And he said, if you look to your right, you'll see what is known to be the most haunted castle in Ireland. And so the whole bus got quiet, and we're looking at the castle. And he said that there was a woman who lived in that castle. Sorry, I have a thing in my throat. Many years ago, and her name was Mary. And apparently Mary was a very strong, independent woman, which historically people don't like. And so they made up all of these stories about Mary. Basically saying that she was this horrible person. And I believe she was married 3 or 4 times in her lifetime, but according to legend, she married over 25 men. And after, once again, a year and a day, she would have them killed off. It was pretty amazing. Apparently, she would marry Cromwellian soldiers and then have them killed off.
It's her own little resistance.
Yeah.
It was really nice. And of course, you tell this story on a bus full of House of Hamill fans. It's about this independent, strong woman who murdered 25 men, and they all just turned around and stared at us. Like, yeah, we know we have to write a song about it.
Kind of our thing, yeah.
If it's allowed to play a new song at Old Songs.
Such a dork.
You told them they wouldn't laugh when I said that. You told me.
Stupid.
It's an old story.
That's true. Yeah, so this is a song that we wrote called Red Mary.
Red Mary laying down, another year gone, and another man in the ground. Not gonna lose your land, lay down with another man. Down over your fields of stone, took him for a ride, but you came back home alone. Not gonna lose your mind, oh Red Mary, leave them all behind. Stallion wild, took a grown man and threw him like a child. Mary won't shed no tears if another man disappears. Down over those cliffs so tall, cries in the wind, but you can't hear him at all. Over the pounding rain, another man gone, another year gained. All these gentlemen taking my hand. Oh, Red Mary, you can never let go. They offer me love, put me off my land. Oh, Red Mary, marry me. Don't listen to the talk in the town below. Oh, Red Mary, need another man. Maybe this time love will set you free. Oh, Mary, marry me. Red Mary, lay him down, another year gone, and another man in the ground. Not gonna lose your land, lay down with another man. Down under the moss and clay, widow in white, and another wedding day. Listen to the people say, this one's here to stay. All these gentlemen taking my hand. Oh, Red Mary, you can never let go. Offer me love, put me off my land. Oh, Red Mary, marry me. Don't listen to the talk in the town below. Oh, Red Mary, another man. Maybe this time love will set you free. Oh, Mary, Mary, maybe the vows to blame. Only death can part them. Mary won't take his name. Really makes you wonder. Maybe the damp and cold stops your blood from flowing. Look to your heart before Mary takes you under.
lost her soul. Down through these halls of stone, hair like fire and a face as white as bone. 25 men lay low. Oh, Red Mary, she will never let go. All these gentlemen taking my hands.
Mary, you can never let go.
They offer me love, put me off my lands.
Mary, marry me.
So listen to the talk of the town below.
Mary, you can never let go.
Maybe this time love will set you free. Oh, Mary, marry me. Thank you.
Are you all right?
All right, well, let's add to the body count because we're here now.
We used to offer a prize for anybody who could tell us how many people died over the course of the show, and then after Red Mary, it just got unfair. So
Yeah.
we don't do that anymore.
That really upped the count a lot, yeah. But no, this is another one. This is actually, I believe, considered a murder ballad instead of a child ballad. But it's really more like a double suicide ballad, if we're going to be. I don't think that's a classification, but I'm making it right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is considered a murder ballad. It's a very old song, and there have been tons and tons of versions of the song over the years. I always tell people to look up the Dolly Parton version because it's amazing, as is everything Dolly does. But yeah, this is our own. We wrote our own melody to go along with this one. So this is called The Silver Dagger.
You are.
Katie, dear, go and ask your mother now if you can be my bride. If she says yes, hurry back and tell me, and you'll be here by my side. Willie, dear, no, I cannot ask her now as she is taking rest. And by her side a silver dagger there to slay who I love best. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Katie, dear, go and ask your father now if you can be my bride. If he says yes, hurry back and tell me, and you'll be here by my side. Willie, dear, no, I cannot ask him now as he is taking rest. And by his side that silver dagger there to slay whom I love best. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Like a sinking stone. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Then he picked up that silver dagger and he drove it through his heart, saying, goodbye, Katie, goodbye, darling, now the time has come to part. Then she picked up that bloody dagger and she drove it through her chest, saying, goodbye, love, goodbye, forever to the one that I love best. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Like a sinking stone. Ooh, going down like a sinking stone. Thank you so much. All right, well, we're going to do one more song for you guys, and then we're going to do one more. which is how we do things. I've been told that there are 2 ice cream cakes waiting for me, which is the sweetest thing ever, and also way more ice cream than any one person could eat. But you guys will just
she's
have to
gonna
watch
try.
me do it. So, what are you gonna do? Are you guys excited for me?
I'm very excited.
It's gonna be good. We should live stream it. But yeah, it's thank you guys so much for spending my birthday with me. This is awesome. This is what I love to do. So thank you guys. This is a really fun birthday. And also keep an eye out for hijinks. When Caroline and I tour with the other band, Enter the Haggis, I don't know, we get more pranky and more silly.
You're just a bad influence on each other.
We're a bad influence, I would say. Yeah, we feel like we have less responsibility in that band. So there's just a lot of nonsense.
It's too much time on our hands.
Yeah. So the
problem.
last big tour that we did, we started would you call it a show? An internet show called The Inside Scoop, where we ate ice cream and we interviewed random people, mostly people in the band, but
And we
also
asked them sort of normal questions, but then we would chop up the video to make them sound ridiculous
Well,
and insane.
She was a very unethical editor.
that is
Yeah.
true.
I
Yeah.
would just put sentences together that didn't exist.
A lot of
Yeah, well,
editorial
anyway.
freedom there.
So we have an idea for this next run. So I think the Hamill page for the next month is going to just be insanity. So keep an eye out for that if you're into that.
It'll still be the most sane thing you see on Facebook all month. So
That's probably true. But we'll leave you guys with this one. This is one from our newest album. No one dies in this one because it's an instrumental. So everyone's safe. This is one we wrote called Smoke Jumper. Thank you so much. All right. We'll do one more for you guys if you insist. Thank you for that normal amount of applause. Thank you. This is actually great. So Joy, who has us here, thank you for having us here, Joy, came down before the show and was like, just so you know, we don't really do encores here. And I was like, thank God. We are like on a 3-person mission to
Hate
abolish.
an encore, love a matinee.
Oh.
Who's with us?
I'm middle-aged now. I like to go home, so I get it. So anyway, this is our encore. But I do want to thank Joy so much for having us here at Old Songs. Chris on the sounds, Judith, who was helping with our merch, and Deborah, all the wonderful people here. Thank you guys so much. This is a really cool space, and I'm so glad you're keeping folk music alive. So thank you. So we will leave you guys with this one from our new album. I'll let Brian tell this story.
So this song, it was inspired by the true story of an Irish immigrant to New York City, during the Great Depression. His name was Michael Malloy. He became known as Iron Mike Malloy long before Mike Tyson usurped the name. But Mike Malloy, he was known as Iron Mike first because he had an iron stomach and an iron liver, apparently, because he was known as a guy who could really hold his alcohol. And he became known at this one speakeasy in New York where he would hang out. It was owned by some guys who he became friendly with, these 5 guys. And every single day, he would show up there, and he would go and he would sit on his stool, and he would drink as much as he could afford of the cheapest stuff they had until he was blind drunk, and then they would put him out on the sidewalk, and they would expect to never see him again. And then the next day, he would be right back there waiting to reclaim his throne. So these guys really liked Mike. He was a nice guy, and they got talking to each other one night after he was back out on the sidewalk, and they said, "It's a real shame that the 5 of us are just sitting here day after day watching Michael Malloy drink himself to death right before our eyes." And then they thought about it a little more. And one of the guys said, "You know, times are tight. It's not going so well at the bar right now as might be expected. If we take it as a given that Mike Malloy is going to drink himself to death anyway, is it really hurting anybody if we get him to sign some paperwork and take out a few life insurance policies on the guy and then just encourage him a little bit? Speed things along?" So that's what they did. These fine friends of Michael Malloy's, they got him to sign 4 or 5 different fraudulent life insurance policies, and then the next time he came in, they said, "Michael, you're our best customer, and as a reward for your undying loyalty, from this day forward, your money is no good in the bar. You can drink as much as you want." And they figured Mike Malloy would probably finish himself off in, a few days, maybe a couple of weeks at most. So a few months in, as the bar was pretty much out of liquor and they were nearing bankruptcy from paying the premiums on 5 fraudulent life insurance policies this whole time, they started to get a little desperate. So they started to sneak little bits of paint thinner or rubbing alcohol or antifreeze into Mike's drinks, just, some concoction, some weird cocktail, hoping they could finish him off and collect on their payments. Didn't matter. Nothing had any impact on the guy. Eventually, when they ran out of liquor, they were serving him shots of straight paint thinner and just watching in disbelief as he knocked them back. So they did what any responsible friends would do at this point, and they abandoned their plan entirely and came clean about what they were doing. No, they didn't do any of that. They actually just ran him over with a car. You should see our Christmas show. It's amazing. So when that didn't kill Mike, now they were getting nervous because they were almost out of money and they were definitely almost out of time because the word was spreading and Mike Malloy was now getting famous throughout New York as the Irishman who couldn't be killed. The story goes on from there. I won't spend the next half hour regaling you with all of the details. It's an incredible story and it's true. It took them 10 different methods and more than 10 different attempts to finally put Mike down for good. And when they did it, they used gas and they set it up to look as though he had just been hit by a train. It was perfectly timed. No, they set it up to look as though he had just drifted off peacefully in his sleep, but of course nobody believed it because the Irishman who couldn't be killed is not the kind of man to just die peacefully in his sleep. So the police showed up immediately, the insurance investigators followed, and all 5 of Mike's friends spent the rest of their lives in prison. Good night, everyone. Well, anyways, I swear we're not morbid people. I'll keep saying it until it's true. We thought Mike Malloy was an incredible character, and as far as we could tell, nobody had yet immortalized the poor man in song, and so we wrote a song about him, which is on our album Wildfire, and it's called That Man Malloy. Thanks a lot, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Malloy, won't die, Malloy, won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, let that be a warning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy, won't die, Malloy, won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, see you in the morning.
Michael Malloy, worth more dead than alive. His 5 eager friends had a vision. The road they would pave from the bottle to the grave, but they're never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man, no, they're never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man.
That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, let that be a warning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, see you in the morning.
They left him to freeze on a bench among the trees. They plied him with liquor and poison, gave him taxing fast to eat, ran him down in the street. But they're never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man, no, they're never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man.
Because that man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, let that be a warning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, see you in the morning. On a cold, lonely night, they turned on the gas and turned out the lights. This story brought him glory, but the fame that followed didn't make it right. Having friends is complicated.
Despite all the games, there were doubts about the claims. With no one to blame but each other. They would sing of their affair from the stand to the chair. Their wives and children cried, but the devil doesn't care. Because
that man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, let that be a warning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, see you in the morning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. That man Malloy won't die, let that be a warning. That man Malloy won't die, Malloy won't die, Malloy won't give it up. They're never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man. Oh, oh. Never gonna get that man, never gonna get that man.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. We'll be hanging out over here, so come say hi if you haven't. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe.
Thank you. My mic's not on, honey. Anyway, many hands make light night work. So if you're on this side of the room, please fold your chairs and bring them to that wall. If you're on the left side of the room, the same. Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you all in 2 weeks.